Hello there, people. So, if you've been paying attention to my channel today, you'll know I've done something a little bit different. I did a couple Doom P-Wads, even though I'm not a big fan of Doom and constantly rant about it. And knew I wouldn't be a big fan of anything that came out of it. But there was a reason why I did it. One was the midst of some variety, but another was because I was trying to procrastinate this level. um, that pretty much gives you a sign how bad this is. um, honestly, I think I had a mental block for this level until I actually saw the name. Um, I I completely forgot this level existed or how terrible it was. Yeah. Um, if you remember what I said about Maze, I said it was one of the worst levels that exists. That's pretty much as terrible as Dark Hour can get. That's not totally correct. Maze is actually a masterpiece in comparison to this. Spiral of Degeneration. Let me tell you, this thing degenerates very fast what was a relatively decent pack. My god. Yeah, this level is terrible. In every way, shape, and form, this is one of the worst levels really I've touched. I don't think it's the worst. You won't see that until we get to Aftershock. Yes, there's even worse stuff to see in Aftershock. But definitely this is the worst you'll see for the time being in Dark Hour. And let me tell you, this is a real stinker. um, there's really one benefit to this level. It's very short. As I kind of implied by last time, all these levels are deathmatch based only. Um, it even says here deathmatch only for 10 players. So, yeah, it's less oriented for a single player and therefore more forgettable because it's get out the end instead of like how Maze was intended for a single player audience and so gets treated more like a real level. Um, so yeah. But if we're taking everything into account, I really would say this is probably one of the worst levels you can talk about for Dark Hour. It's one of the worst examples. It's horrible. Interestingly enough, it's also one of the biggest levels. And you'll see why in a second. Anyway, this level was made by Daniel Alberin. Two spiraling ramps. Yep, that basically is what the level consists of. Two ramps. Yep, that's the entire level. One leading up, one leading down. So you could go up, you could go down, the end. Ain't this going to be a fun level? Totally pointless. But that's what I meant by short. It is pretty forgettable because it's so small. But be happy it's small because it's so terrible in a small condensed package. It's that really is the only saving grace of this level is because it's so short that you can get through it and be like, I'm done. I don't have to touch this thing. And it's very, very forgettable because it's so short. Anyway, it's a large round room. Um, and here's where it gets fun. It's dark and it's raining fire. Um, when they say it's raining, when they say it's raining fire, what they're talking about is fireballs. They literally mean that there's going to be a bunch of fireballs falling from the ceiling constantly. I can imagine this would probably be a bad performance drain back in '96, but luckily, On Geoquake, it worked fine. Now, I have no idea how this will work in DOSBots. I'm kinda scared after Office Hell. Office Hell gave me enough problems, and now you're going to give me this thing? that This ain't going to be good. No. I'm kinda scared for this one. But the other fact, it's dark, and the entire point is to go up a ramp. Not a good combo, because you can't see what you're doing, but you have to head up a bloody ramp. And that's the entire point. Go up a pitch black ramp. Hooray! What a fun, entertaining experience. Have a nice day! Alright, let's do this bloody, godforsaken thing! Let me show you how bad it is by doing it. I mean, you won't know until I actually show you. So, have to suck it up and buddy show you this thing. Alright. Okay, close up everything and let's get into there. Yeah, I'm procrastinating as much as possible because I really dislike this one. But now I'm trying to rip it off like a band-aid. Right off. No music. So, there's that. And 5 enemies. Yep, only 5. Thank goodness. As you see, it's mostly a spiral. Totally glitchy on the opposite side of the map. And it's pretty dark besides fireballs raining from the sky. Which is pretty creative, but not the most fun. Let's see, we have to swim around in these dark waters while hunting for every Thunderbolt. So we can pick up these Thunderbolts for some reason. Gotta get all the ammo we can. Oh god. I heard somebody! Uh-oh. I have angered a Death Knight! Somewhere. Oh look, he's way up there somewhere. Oh my god, look at the lag. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I can barely see what's going on. Yeah, let's try and ignore him for the time being, get on some platform and actually deal with him proper. Now, which one's going up and which one's going down? That's a good question. One I can't easily answer. Yeah, I have no idea, but... Hey! Stop yelling at me! I'm trying to figure out where you are. Oh look! Enforcer. He's dead. Okay, so here's an upwards going ramp, I guess. Easy enough. Except for the fact that the ramps weren't well designed. Yeah, that's the problem. Not only is it pitch black, you can't see what you're doing, and there's rain falling from the sky, but, the spiral things aren't even working properly. You could drop through at any time if you don't know exactly where to drop. Because the fact of the matter is, it's totally buggy in design. Yeah, it's horrible. It's really horrible. Look at that. Look at that. Any reason why I just dropped to the floor? Nope. Just because we didn't solidify it there. This is what happens when you don't polarize your levels. My god. Luckily it's not as dark as I thought it was. I do appreciate some of the light fixtures along the corners, but still is pretty terrible with the ramps. Look at this. Look at this. He's stuck on the bloody ramp. Look at this! This is terrible! Well, that was pointless. Yeah. So, you can see why I'm not a big fan of this level at all. I like the rain. I think this is one of the biggest saving features is the fact that the rain exists. And so it's like a nice little oddity that nobody else is doing. You don't see any other levels with rain of fire, but yeah, beyond that, it's pretty terrible. So I have to like be paranoid as I jump around trying to get these pitch black corners and hopefully not fall into the floor below. Trust me, there's multiple points where you can fall, and you don't know where they are until you've fallen. Oh god, I can't see what I'm doing. Can you see the ogre? I sure can. Okay, up we go. That's 4 out of 5, by the way. But, well, I can't see what I'm doing. I think I dropped after the ogre. This is kind of hard because I can't see what I'm doing. Yep, you fall through. Look at that. Where am I going? Okay, up the ramp we go again. Ain't this fun? This is entertainment to the extreme. I mean, this is a whole new level of entertainment. There we are, Thunderbolt. Aren't you happy? Now, you get to the top, and there is a shambler up here. At least I think so. Where is he? There's the big guy, way up there. So you want to, like, jump up here. Surprise! It's a maniac Thunderbolt! There we are. And that's pretty much that. Ta-da! Go up a ramp, kill 5 enemies, kill Shambler. The end. Ain't this amazing? The ramp, it goes nowhere. You just kind of go up it and kill a Shambler. The end. Oh, and here's the downwards descending ramp at least. At least I think this is the downward descending ramp. Oh, look. You can fall and you can get stuck in the level. Yep. Look at this. Look at this. I can't get out of here. There's numerous points on the downwards descending ramp. They're just like this. You see, if you use the downwards descending ramp, you end up falling into the thing, just like this. Ain't that terrible? Well, let's get out of it, since there's no other way out of it. Now, if you're in multiplayer and can't really cheat or anything, good luck to you. Gonna die a bunch. So, let's continue down this ramp. Okay, well, at least that point we didn't get stuck. So, yeah, really, the geometry here is frustrating, if you haven't noticed. Like, I kind of get stuck there for a second. It's very, very, very clunky, and there's very little on offer. It's just 2 ramps, and yet stuff like this happens. Ain't this glorious? Yeah, pretty much there's 2 ramps. You never want to use the interior ramp because it's a pain in the butt to ascend. Let's actually try to ascend it. I'll show you exactly why. If, you know, I can actually figure out how to get in there now. You know, the way I was facing when I started the level. You know, this is actually the way... You know what? That's the way you're supposed to go down. You're supposed to ascend by this because this is where you spawn. Well, that's even more terrible. Yeah. Because there's that area when you're ascending that you get totally stuck in the level. Yep. So, you're supposed to fight all these enemies on the side, but then get stuck here because reasons. And fair enough if you're aware of it, but how are you supposed to be aware what turn specifically it is? This is kind of like a really... You have to, like, second guess which way to actually get up, and it's a whole frustrating mechanic that just doesn't need to exist. I wouldn't say... I'm not sure if it's the worst. I think it's, you know, probably on par with Maze. I'm not really sure. I think I'll give this one points for creativity. The fire lava balls coming down, and the fact that it's not supposed to be for single player, though of course I consider that a cop-out, so I don't like that at all, but I will say fireballs coming from the sky is creative. And it's also pretty much just intended to be um, go up and go down in one little area. Um, and it definitely stands out for being its own unique thing. You can't say this level design is seen really anywhere else. Um, the darkness I kind of was complaining about at the beginning, but in a way, it shines the lava fireballs more. It makes it more distinct when they're raining and on the skies. So it makes sense in some ways, even if it's absolutely frustrating to try and ascend with it. Trying to ascend a ramp with it is not a good thing. Um, and the biggest problem, I hate the ramps. I hate how buggy they are. We don't have a single ramp that functions properly in this one. Both of the ramps have like 2 points or so that are totally bugged, including one that you can get stuck permanently. That's not something that really happens in Quake. You don't generally get permanently stuck. So, yeah, that is kind of why this one's so bad. Because how many other Quake levels can you talk about whereby you get permanently stuck in an area and you have to commit suicide to fix it? That isn't normal. And that's pretty terrible, honestly. You you're telling me you couldn't have two ramps that worked right? This is a simple level. If anything, I feel almost compelled to dislike it more because of how simple it is. It's a simple level, and yet they couldn't get the only real solid objects in the map right. There's only two real ramps. That's the main ascension, descension. That's most of the map. And it's massively buggy. So it's a horrendously buggy level, therefore. It's small, and it only has a few points where you can get glitched, but there's only a few points in the map. It's small. So when the entire thing is that buggy, and that big of a percentage of it's that buggy, therefore, it really is therefore a pretty terrible level. um, I, like I said, I will give it points for creativity. I do like some of the ideas this level had, but implementation, this is horrible. The ramp is just horribly designed. It could have been designed so much better than this. Um, like I said, the fact having it work would have been a start. I still wouldn't have liked it because of the fact of the matter that it's nowhere really to explore. I'm more the type that likes exploration, but at least that would have been a first step in the right direction. Actually get your simplistic level to work. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, that's the big problem with this one. It just doesn't work. It makes you fall through, and it really is terrible because of that. Because who wants that to happen in your normal playthrough? And like I said, because of its symmetry, because of the way it's designed, there's no easy way to tell where the bug will occur. So you almost have to guess each corner and almost like try and count the number of corners or something similar. Something you really shouldn't have to do in the course of a level. And of course, it's going to totally deter from the experience due to paranoia of getting stuck in the bloody level. Yeah, so even though there's really only one point that can happen, um, because it can happen, that's pretty terrible. Um, and you could say the same for the Elder, the fact that you have to try and guess where you're going to fall. That ain't fun. Trying to like repeat what you just did to try and get over a gap that is just a glitchy part of the level. At the end of the day, that's the big problem with this level. It's just a glitch fest in a very short, compressed package that really doesn't offer much else. So, yeah, that's kind of the problem. It may not sound that terrible altogether because there's not much to talk about in this level, but because something exists that's pretty much so prevalent in the level, I think it becomes a major problem. It defines the level, and as such, therefore, it's a problem. It's not a minor part of the level at all. It's the main feature. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you very much all for watching. It's been Adventure, and I shall see you all next time.